What's going on, guys? My name is Colt Mosdef. If you do not know me, and I decided to put together this series based on psychology to help you guys get that boost in your trading. Nobody is talking about this information I'm going to share, so I suggest that you watch this whole entire series to really get a head start on your trading. Before we go into this information, by the way, all these intros are going to be the same for these videos in this series, but the videos itself will be different. Before we get started, go to the link in my description where it says Instagram and shoot me a follow if you don't already follow me. Also, if you guys want my one-on-one mentorship, send me the word mentorship and me and my team will get back to you as soon as possible, and we'll see if you're a good fit for my mentorship. Now, without further ado, let's get into the series. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is the psychology video number 7. Let's get down to business. Okay, so you guys need to know your feelings and know the feeling. So identify what the feeling is telling you. You guys are going to have times where you're in the markets and you just feel like there is something wrong with this trade. You feel like it's going to reverse and you need to exit the position. Or maybe you feel like you should trail your stops to entry and you should close half of your profit just to be safe. Never ignore those feelings. I cannot tell you how many times I have had that gut instinct where it's like, close the trade, and I did, and the trade literally shot up like 1,000 pips out of nowhere and would have stopped me out, and I would have taken like a $5,000 loss. And I'm happy that I didn't ignore those feelings, because a lot of those feelings were that gut instinct. And obviously there were times where I was like, do you know what, I can't like take this trade right here, or something like that, and I didn't ignore it. Or, I mean, there's been times where I have actually gotten out of a trade and then it did hit my take profit. But literally 8 out of 10 times, that feeling has never led me astray. It's always held me out. So when you feel like there's not a good setup, or maybe you're going into a trade and it's not your ideal perfect setup, but you still go into it and you're like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. Let me exit out of this trade. Exit out of that trade. Listen to yourself in your gut when it is telling you those feelings. And here's a big example right here. If you're discouraged, maybe you need to refocus on the trade setup. So just like I said a second ago, maybe you go into a trade and you're discouraged and you're like, I don't know if this is the right trade I should be in. Exit out of the trade while the losses are still small or the profit is still small. You guys want to be taking the absolute perfect trades where you are 100% confident, where you see that setup and you just get all gooey inside and you're like, that's the setup I've been looking for. That's it right there. That is the trade setup right there. And you want to be taking those trades. So when you're feeling these discouraged feelings or anxiety, anything like that when you're trading, listen to those feelings, because they're most likely not going to lead you astray. Because if you are on the right side of the market and you're taking your ideal perfect setup, you're not going to be feeling those negative feelings, and that's facts. Okay? One thing that's really important is to separate your personal life from trading life. Emotional well-being fuels cognitive efficiency. We think best when we feel good. So you guys need to understand that if you're not doing well in your personal life, like a relationship, don't bring that energy to the markets. And if you don't have a strong enough mind to where you can separate those feelings for a temporary moment when you're trading, then you probably shouldn't be trading when you're going through that era in your life or that phase. So really understand that you should not be involving your personal life, your personal feelings with your trading life, because that's just going to mess you up and you are going to lose money for sure. Don't ignore the feelings. Like I said, when you have those feelings of discouragement or whatever it is, don't ignore those feelings. Yo, if you guys are looking to scale your trading business and you want to get to the next level, whether you're just starting out or you already have some experience in the trading industry, you need to join us at Reward Over Risk. We have a bunch of programs like one-on-one mentorship, where I actually have a 10-day class where I show you my exact strategies. We have live trading sessions where we get on Zoom calls and trade together as a community. And we also have trading softwares that can trade 100% hands-free for you. We have everything that you need to take over to your trading this year and the following years. But the only way for you to apply for this is to click the link in the description and book a phone call. Once again, click the link in the description, book a phone call, and let's see if you're a good fit to be a part of our community. Talk soon. Next thing, have clear images. So this is something that I think is really fun to do. It's interesting. Is you guys should go back on the charts for your currency pair, US 30, I at least hope so, and go and find on your time frame that you trade, the time frames that you trade, your ideal perfect setup. And then take a screenshot of that and print it out. Now have that printout, I would choose like 4 different setups. You can basically take a screenshot and then you can go in a Word document and place all 4 of those images on the Word document and then print out that Word document. So it's not like 4 big pieces of paper. It's just 1 piece of paper with 4 different trade setups. Do that. Print out your ideal trade setup. Just mark it up, look at it, and be like, okay, this was a perfect trade I would have taken. And then have it by your trade station. Have all these things that I mentioned before by your trade station where you review them before and after you trade and even all throughout the day. Like, it's not bad if you guys are constantly looking at the perfect setup. Therefore, when you visualize it and you see it on paper constantly, you're gonna internalize that image in your head and you're gonna be able to remember it much easier in the future. And that's how I got really good at trading, is I literally just stare at the charts all day. And I watch these dojis close and this big move happen. I was like, oh, well, that candle, every time that candle closes, this happens, and this happens, and this happens. And I internalized all those images. And now when I trade, it's just like clockwork. It's so easy. I'll see a setup. I'm like, boom, there's my setup right there. I know that's it right there. So honestly, just staring at the charts, guys, you can do that. Set a timer on your phone for every 15 minutes and watch how the candle opens and closes. And then if you're on the 5-minute chart, set a timer for 5 minutes. You guys really can take your trading to another level. It's just stop being fucking lazy. For real, stop being lazy. Okay, next thing that you want to do, I think is pretty important too. This is different because your setup is like seeing the whole chart and how it played out, like the beginning to end. Now what I would do is zoom in very closely to the specific candles or market patterns that you find is your perfect setup, or that's going to identify and help your perfect setup come to fruition. So do that. Print out dojis, spinning tops, shooting stars, hammerhead candles, whatever candles they are in market patterns, so you can see that on an everyday basis. And once again, review that. You guys should have like 5 pieces of paper with your rules on it, your trade setups that you're taking, your ideal perfect setups, the market patterns and candle recognition. Really go over that stuff all throughout the day so you're internalizing that information, because you're not going to need to have those papers forever. Once you go over it for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, you're going to internalize it and it's just going to be memorized at that point in time where you don't have to look at the papers. Okay, very important stuff right here, by the way, guys. And a lot of this psychology stuff that I'm teaching you, it requires you to actually do the work. So by you going through this course and watching it, awesome. But for it to actually be applied, you need to apply it and go through and do all the stuff that I'm telling you. So after each video, when there's an exercise or something that you should do, you should not go on to the next video until you do that exercise. Don't be lazy and don't put it off, guys. Last slide. Get in the right headspace. You must be in the best form of your life, and this means physically and mentally. If there's things that are blocking your mental energy and your emotional energy, cut it off. Stop giving those people time of day. Stop letting their negative energy get to you. It's just like, guys, stop doing that. Exercising is also very important. You guys should exercise daily. If that's maybe going for a walk for 10, 20 minutes a day, do it. And that's why I love to exercise before I work out, because they say that there's something called a runner's high. So after about 20 minutes of running, you'll release endorphins that are like the happy drug. And once you release these endorphins, you're getting this high, this natural high that comes out, and that stimulates you to put you in a different mood. They say it's like a hit of cocaine, this like these endorphins, and you can get it naturally by just running for 20 minutes. So exercising is so important. Exercising is great too because you can go outside, you can get in the sun, definitely get your vitamin D, guys. eat your fruits, eat your vegetables at least once or twice a day. Just really get on your shit, because the food, I love to spit all these facts on you guys, but you need to understand that the government, they have GMOs in the food that they give us. And GMOs are genetically modified organisms, meaning that they are not natural, they are man-made. So why do you think they have this thing called population control? They're feeding all these diseases like cancer, diabetes. They cannot exist in a body where there is no unnatural food. So all the GMOs are what is causing people to have cancer and these different diseases. So if you go on a vegan diet and you don't eat any meat, bro, there's studies. There's a documentary on Netflix called What the Health. You guys should watch that if you hadn't. And it will give you a whole different perspective on the industry and the food industry and how it all works. Like, it's scary and it's really nasty what they do with the food. And it's just, we as humans aren't really meant to eat meat. And I know I love chicken, I love bacon, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, we really aren't meant to eat meat. So keep that in mind. Also, keep in mind that you shouldn't be trading when you're sleepy, depressed, or any negative feeling like that, especially when you're sleep deprived. You want to make sure that you can be on the charts and you're alert and you can focus. Very important stuff right there. That's what I wanted to go over in this video. See you guys on the next one. Peace. Not a lot of people made it to the end of the video, but you did. Make sure you share this video with a friend. Also, comment below. I want to know who you guys are and how I can help you guys out with your trading. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm dropping weekly videos every single week on trading to help you guys out. Look forward to seeing you guys soon.